Often when we talk about reversing symptoms or healing the body, it feels like we have to climb Mount Everest overnight. But healing isn't a sprint. It's a series of intentional, manageable baby steps. The small, sustainable shifts you can start today can set the foundation for long-term recovery. We're going to cover food, movement, the power of the parasympathetic nervous system, and why putting on your own oxygen mask isn't just a metaphor, it's a requirement. So stay tuned. This is a vital one to hear today. Just to introduce myself to those who don't know me, my name's Adrienne Charlie. I'm a nutritionist and a certified integrative MS health coach, and I help people reverse their MS. Healing and reversing MS is actually possible. I've done it. I've interviewed a bunch of people who have done it, and I've also helped a lot of others do it on my 12-week program. I've learned a lot in the last 10 years since I reversed my own diagnosis. And what I've learned is food is medicine, movement is medicine, mental health and self-care is medicine, and drugs are not. I've learned that drugs can't heal you, but diet and lifestyle can. Okay, so we're going to talk about baby steps today, and this is a good one. Many times when we find out, okay, I'm going to have to change my diet and I'm going to have to change a few lifestyle habits, but this feels overwhelming. But I want you to know that on my program, for example, I have all my clients or students do things little by little. I don't have them do everything at once or eliminate everything in their diet all at once. I introduce things little by little so that it's sustainable and easy to do. And week by week, they get a new habit change, and to stick to these new habits to be able to change your diagnosis over time. And a lot of people can't heal everything within 12 weeks. I healed most of my symptoms within 12 weeks when I was getting better myself, but it took me another 3 to 4 months to heal the blind spot in my left eye. So we have the power to heal everything. So I've got 4 different ways you can start healing yourself today. And I'm going to start with number 1, the power of crowding out. So let's dive into food. I help people do things differently. When most diets tell you to delete everything on day 1, I don't. Instead, I use a tactic called crowding out. We keep your current diet exactly as it is when we start, but we start adding the high vibration healing foods first. Why? Because if you focus on what you can't have, your brain goes into deprivation mode, which leads to stress and binging. When we add the good stuff in first, you naturally start to feel fuller and more energized, and the bad stuff begins to lose its grip. It's a much more sustainable way to build habits. So week number 1, these are 2 things that I have people start with. Hydration. I want people to drink 6 to 8 glasses of filtered water every single day. Your cells need a bath to flush out the toxins that you have in your body. And it also helps you stay full longer. And our body is mostly made of water. And so we need water to replace and replenish so many of our organs and systems in our body every day. That's why it's so important. And so many people are dehydrated. So this is the number 1 fix that we work on. And number 2, I help you to start making daily green smoothies. And these are really easy to make, and they're delicious. And it's not just a drink, it's a powerhouse. I want you to pack it with dark leafy greens like kale and spinach, for example. You know when you go grocery shopping and you see those bins full of greens, And they're so easy because they've already been washed. And sometimes you'll see red leafy greens in there, and that's good too. The only kind of greens I don't want you to use is iceberg lettuce. And it's not that iceberg lettuce is unhealthy, it's just mostly water. And the reason I want you to use darker greens is because there's a lot more nutrients in them. And so here's the nutrients that you'll be getting. So vitamin C and E, which are powerful antioxidants to fight oxidative stress. You get B vitamins, so B2, B6, B9. B9 is folate, great for cell growth. And sometimes, depending on the green, you'll get B3 as well. You'll get vitamin K, which is crucial for bone health and brain function. You'll get magnesium to help with muscle relaxation and nerve function. And you'll also get polyphenols found in those berries to reduce inflammation in the central nervous system. So how you build your smoothie is you put in about 1/4 of a cup of frozen berries. I don't care what kind, blueberries, raspberries, boysenberries, blackberries. It tastes better when they are frozen. And then I normally put in like either 1/3 or 1/2 a banana. And this just makes it taste a little sweeter and smoother. And then I want you to take a big handful of greens. It's normally about 1.5 cups. And I want you to just stuff it. And I have people do this on a single serving. You know how you can get those blenders that just blend up 1 large cup? That's what I want you to use. But then on my program, I want people to add things like a really good protein powder, a couple of tablespoons of that, and also collagen peptides. And then you can add other things to it too if you want, like flax seeds or a pinch of seaweed that gives you iodine, which most people lack. And it kind of balances out the flavor too, just a pinch. You can't even taste it. And there's so many additives you can put in. You can do a little bit of mushroom powder or cacao nibs. Those are really good because when those are blended, it tastes like there's chocolate chips in it. And they're super healthy for you. So if you want to go back and listen to episode 127, I talk about how to make green smoothies. So you can always go back and hit play on that one. Yeah, so after you add all your ingredients, you just want to fill the rest with either chilled filtered water, coconut milk, almond milk, for example. These are good fats. And then hit blend. It's so delicious. And you'll get so used to making these and you'll look forward to these every day. And then knowing how they're so nutritious and how they're going to support your day, you're going to start feeling joyful about drinking these daily. Okay, number 2, movement every day is really important. And I know for some of you, the word exercise feels daunting or even impossible right now. But movement is medicine, regardless of your current mobility. I like to say, and I had a friend tell me once, that motion is lotion. I love that phrase. If you have limited motion, if you have limited movement, I don't want you to focus on what you can't do. I want you to focus on what you can. So if you can walk just fine, great. Make exercise simple. Just go for a walk for 20 minutes every day or go to the gym, get on the treadmill, get on the elliptical, do some weights, do some core exercises. But if you can't walk very well, here's some things what you can focus on. Number 1, seated stretching or stretching either on your bed or on the ground. Even moving your arms or rotating your ankles helps with circulation and your lymphatic drainage. That's really important. Or isometrics. This is simply contracting a muscle without moving the joint. Tensing your core or squeezing your glutes, for example, while sitting can help maintain muscle tone. Or you can try water therapy. If you have access to a pool, the buoyancy takes the pressure off your joints and allows for a wide range of motion that you can't have on land. And then also deep breathing exercises. Yes, even deep breaths will help your diaphragm do internal movements that massage your organs. I know that sounds funny, but deep belly breathing, if you can do like 30 deep belly breaths twice a day, it's really healthy for you. And the goal isn't for you to run a marathon today, I promise. It's just to tell your body we are still moving and we are still alive. But on my program, I assess where you're currently at, and then I try to push you a little bit every week. So I'll give you new exercises every week, or if you're used to being in a wheelchair or using a walker. So little by little, if you can't walk today, you will walk someday, but it's going to take some work. And just keep that in mind. Baby steps, you're going to get there. Okay, number 3, mental wellness and stress. This is arguably the most important. Here is the scientific truth. The body cannot heal when it's in fight or flight, and this is your sympathetic state. Chronic illness itself is stressful, which keeps us locked in that high cortisol state. So to heal, we must continuously and consciously shift to the parasympathetic state. This is rest and digest mode. Your mind might be racing with what ifs, why me? And when you do that, the nervous system is too busy surviving rather than repairing the myelin or reducing inflammation. So I want you to stop your negative thoughts or emotions and focus on positive ones. Just by listening to these podcasts, you should get a hopeful or even joyful mood knowing that you can heal. When you start believing in yourself and figuring out that healing from MS is possible, this should get you in the anticipation and grateful feelings of what is to come and what's possible. So here's an idea. Start with 5 minutes of silence. Use a guided meditation app, for example, or a simple practice of box breathing. If you haven't heard of that, that's when you inhale for 4, you hold it, and then you exhale for 4, and then you hold it for another 4. This sends a physical signal to your brain that tells it that it's safe. Healing begins in the moment safety is felt. Finally, number 4 is self-care. This is the oxygen mask principle. So I want you to be real for a second. Are you a people pleaser? Are you saying yes to everybody else while your body is screaming for rest? Many of us were raised to think self-care is selfish, and it is not. Think about the safety briefing on an airplane. Remember when they always tell you put your oxygen mask on first before helping others? Why? Because if you pass out from lack of oxygen, you are useless to everybody else. So if you're running on empty, trying to take care of your kids, your spouse, your boss, you aren't giving them the best version of you. You're only giving them scraps. So self-care is more than just taking a nap when you're tired or going to bed early. It's actually doing things in your life that feel good to you. Stop taking care of everyone else. You come first. We women have a tendency to wear ourselves out because we're mothers, we're grandmothers, we're caregivers, we're cooks in the kitchen. We take care of the home. Usually, I really want you to take self-care as looking at yourself as number 1. And this is not being selfish. I want you to practice the power of saying no, or not today, or I can't this week, or I just don't have time to do that. And then give yourself a daily check-in. Ask yourself, what did I do for me today? Could it be a 10-minute Epsom salt bath? Could it be reading your favorite book? Could it be just sitting in the sun and relaxing? Could it be doing your favorite hobby for half an hour or more? You are the most important person in your healing journey. Only you can do it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So your homework this week is simple. Don't try to change everything at once. Just start crowding out. Eat the good foods first and then eliminate the other foods later. Add that filtered water and green smoothies to start with. Start looking for those moments of peace to get yourself into a healing state. And most important, put your oxygen mask on first. Thanks for joining me today. You have the power to change your story, one baby step at a time. You got this. If you enjoyed this podcast and it's helped you, I would love for you to give me a rating and for you to share it. You most likely know somebody else who might have MS who can also benefit. And also sign up for my newsletter. Once a week, every Friday, I send out a different recipe and healthy tips on how you can reverse your diagnosis, because it's possible. Thank you so much. And you'll hear from me in the next episode.